Jamie, I got a question for you because
Sure.
you're young and right now you don't have any children,
Yeah.
but yet you're on the Board of Education.
Yeah.
How did that come about? What was it that drove you to say, hey, you know what? I think I want to try this out.
Yeah. Yeah. There's in my town, there's a lot of very active like Facebook and online communities, and people are always talking about the Board of Education. And there was kind of this seat that no one had filed for. So it was going to be the word on Facebook and the internet and the street was that this seat was going to get filled by some random person who was just going to try to, get a couple friends to write his name in and not really advertise it. So once I found that out, I took to Facebook and made my own campaign page with, put my name out there so that people could see it on all the public pages and they could be informed and actually make an informed decision. Because I just think it wouldn't be right for someone to kind of sneak in there and be elected just by coincidence, kind of by their friends and neighbors. So I ended up getting about, I think, like 300 votes from community members and just getting the word out on the street. So it was
Very,
kind of, yeah, partially just the luck of finding this situation, but I'm really happy I did it.
yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
no, absolutely.
What has been the most relevant thing that you've learned or worked on during your time on Board of Education?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're in the process. New Jersey had some major like budget cuts over the last 7 years. So we're in like year 5 of 7 of having our budget almost cut in half, a little over half. So it went from like 15 or maybe 20 million in state funding, and then by the end of it, we'll be down to like 5 million.
Oh, wow.
Um, so we're making those budget cuts is very difficult, and kind of talking about that as a board about, how do we keep as many programs for the children and as many activities, keep the staff happy, keep health insurance and healthcare, and those sacrifices, and having to talk about that has been really interesting and sometimes difficult, but yeah, it seems like kind of at the last minute, sometimes something comes through, some funding opens up, and mostly we've been able to keep everything as much as we can for the kids so far.
Yeah. How is the scholarship going to help you advance your goals?
Yeah, I think we actually were just in DC last weekend, touring Georgetown and touring apartments and things, and it's definitely going to be a huge expense moving down there, and the books and transportation and all of that. So I think being able to, have some money to kind of navigate that without worrying so much, like getting a part-time job first semester or something like that. Just yeah, definitely feeling reassured that that things won't be quite as hectic when I get on campus.
Of course.
What was your most rewarding experience you've had this last year?
Yeah. I'd have to say, well, I graduated undergrad in December, so a semester early. So I think kind of that coincided with all of the acceptances coming in like January and then having just graduated. So I think just kind of getting to finally sit back and like enjoy that 3.5 years of work and everything and see
The
it.
fruits of your labor, right?
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
really gotten a chance to like relax. Like this semester is kind of I'm just working and taking care of things. So it's nice to be focusing on that.
That's wonderful.